So what's the difference between a selfie and a self-portrait? I would argue that in a self-portrait, the artist, you are present because your hand is present. You're interpreting what you're seeing, your reflection, through your hand into a drawing. It's expressive. You're interpreting yourself, and it's not just a literal depiction that you would get in a photograph. It's being expressed through your hand. So here are some examples of artists and self-portraits. So we have Keta Kollwitz. This is her self-portrait. Picasso, her self-portrait. And yours truly, a self-portrait from many years ago. So why do artists make self-portraits? And the first reason I'd say is to keep a visual diary. Vincent van Gogh was really famous for doing tons of self-portraits throughout his life. And it's just a way of documenting each day, each year, what he was going through, what he was feeling, where he was in his life at that time through making a self-portrait. The second reason is availability. You're always available to yourself. And usually when you ask a friend, hey, can I draw you? Most of the time they're like, no, 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 I don't want you to draw me. And so often artists just have themselves to draw. You have yourself and you have a mirror, or you have yourself and you have a camera, and so you're just available often. And the third reason is as a form of self-expression, to either maybe express what you're going through at that moment, how you're feeling at that time, or maybe to put yourself in a totally different scenario or express a side of yourself. So we all have many parts of ourself. Like I have the part of myself that's a teacher. I also have the part of myself that's an artist, that's a dancer, it's a friend, and all of those parts of me look very different. So a self-portrait can express a certain part of yourself. So your assignment is to take a picture of yourself on Photo Booth, or you can use the timer on your phone to take a photo for your self-portrait drawing. You can also have someone else take it of you if you feel comfortable, but what I don't want you to do is to take a selfie unless you're really good at it. I don't want that stereotypical arm projecting out so that you see that your shoulder is going up. We don't want it to look like you took a selfie. Choose one of the prompts to guide you. So the first is formal, so this could be you're there with a neutral expression, sort of more raw, right? Like more raw, more vulnerable. There's not a lot of fluff and frills. It's just sort of you as you are. Expressive would be making some sort of face. So it could be a funny face. It could be a scary face. It could just be a twisted or weird face. You could be pulling your face some way. I will say as a warning that if you do an expressive face, it does change the proportions. So it could be a little bit trickier. So I just want to put that out there. And the third is alter ego. So maybe you want to show us a different part of your personality or do something kind of funky. Maybe you want to do your makeup all wild or put on some sort of strange hat or put your hair in a strange hairstyle. So this one is sort of thinking outside of the box, maybe like the exact opposite of formal. So whatever picture you decide to take, I know a few of you asked about using an existing photograph. So if that existing photograph falls within one of those categories, then that's fine. Please, please, please make sure that it hasn't been overly filtered, no Snapchat filters, none of that. I want to be able to see you. A couple other considerations for your photo, make sure that it's really clear. So part of why I don't want you to use a filter is because we want to see all those details. All those details give you information to draw. So make sure that there's high clarity, that it's not pixelated if you zoom in. And the second thing is it will be easier to draw yourself if there's a high range of values. So in these examples, we have lots of bright lights and then we also have dark shadows. You don't have to, but like I said, it will definitely be easier. And then in terms of what you need to include, I just want to see your face and neck. So don't have your hair totally covering your face because then you're just going to have to draw a bunch of hair. You can use a 3/4 view, you can use a profile view, but I only want to see your face and neck, so we don't have to include any other part of the body. So just to review, these will be due at the end of the block and you'll submit your picture under assignments. I'll make sure to make it so that you can submit a few if you want feedback for which one you maybe want to use or if you want to ask if one is okay versus another one.